upstairs. Nia coming in, but will take the hit. Eruption on the generator as well. Eruption and Cauliflower. Nia does take a hit through the wall. So I don't know if better. Oh, and the dissolution value! These survivors. Deliverance from Claudette. Sprint bursting to the heart.
It's the same with these masks. In the one event, she didn't get a mask either.
No!
Like,
oh, the ground!
Yeah, oh, that was high. Look at this thing.
They're trying.
Pokey, nerf Nancy, man.
she's gonna get hacked, maybe.
Oh my god, she might just get hacked potentially. I think she does. Holy cow. I cannot believe.
They do get the spirit reset and they get the down.
Yes, they will get the survivors leaving the trial, and there's going to be the teleport with the add-on. She's right here, but Nia needs to go.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. I'm Rose Little Brewguard, and joining me today is none other than Commissioner in Chief themselves, Skillspider. Welcome back from the break. We've had a lot of discussion going on, haven't we?
Yeah, everything from new rules going out later today after match number 1 of the season to the Puss in Boots movie. So, wide variety of topics that we discussed, which if you haven't seen that, honestly would recommend it. It's pretty good.
Absolutely, but regardless, we got another game coming up. It is Divine Dead versus Elysium, and I'm kind of into it because we're going back to the Dead Dog, and we're seeing another killer we haven't seen in a hot minute, which is the Cenobite. And I am excited.
Yeah, and it's going to be a mirror match today. All the way through, we're getting some unique killers.
No shot.
Cenobite on Dead Dog, and the Knight following up on the Wretched Job.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're seeing a Knight mirror match.
Also, interesting, we see this a lot from a Cenobite. When we do see them, they do go immediately for the box to get that chain hunt started. On the Knight note, I've never seen a Knight in competitive that I remember. I don't know if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least, so I'm very excited for it. That said, the Cenobite out on the prowl for a hit, but does not get it there at the pallet, as the Claude does get it, and looks like they're still trying to find the box, or at least get to it, but caught it in a world of hurt, as the alien wires are going to be slowing them down quite significantly. Ace now with the box, so they have to make a choice, go for the box or go for the chase, and looks like the box is far enough away that they'll probably commit this chase here. So it does look like Adam is going for some body blocks here, as we do see a Hex crowd control activate there.
That's interesting. So I'm guessing they really want this first chase to go well for them, because yeah, that block up, amazing head-on from the Adam there. Really well played, really well planned, I would say. Did that hit? No, it did not. They actually dodged it.
Yeah, really narrow miss there by the Cenobite, to say the least. Not able to get that hit with the possessed chain, and looks like Adam will go below.
Oh no.
Cenobite trying to prime for it as well, just unable to get those two connect. Though it looks like they have refound the Claudette, who has yet to reset, this time getting the possessed chain, and looks like
Original
Nia
Pain
might be on body blocking duty now.
I'm wondering if they might have found one of the rat players, and yeah, I think body blocks here, and I don't know if they're going to be able to. They do actually get the body block here, so Sloppy Butcher are going to be getting a lot of value here, as the resets are going to take that much longer. Original Pain also doing some work. Another really good shot there. They're not going to go for the pallet after all. They're going to have to leave entirely. Oh my goodness, that's so well played.
I think that's the right move, especially with the alien wire. Cenobite just trying to commit to this chase, but honestly, I'm starting to think that it might be a here, as they might end up over-committing to this one chase on the Claudette, but they sense that this Claudette might have something valuable on them as far as perks are concerned, and want it out as soon as they can. Try to set up for the hit here, but Claudette just being way too patient for the Cenobite, and able to once again evade chase here, as Ace now back in the body blocks.
But to say, it looked like the chain connected, but then none of the chains actually went through, and very interesting. There's the body block like you were talking about. Claudette's still in his. I think this might be the down we're looking for, but I imagine Jen's gonna pop. Also, we did see a totem pop. We can say it because the survivors are aware. That was Ruin. So this killer brought Ruin and crowd control.
Yeah, Ruin, crowd control, and noticed anything else throughout that, but
Sloppy
I think
Butcher.
you said Sloppy Butcher.
Yeah,
The Survivors are also keenly aware of. As far as the fourth perk, I didn't pay attention. Was it Corrupt Intervention?
It was Corrupt Intervention.
So full build now known to the Survivors: Corrupt Intervention, Sloppy Butcher, Crowd Control, and Hex Ruin, which Ruin is also just a very surprising perk to see, but it kind of makes sense on Cenobite, especially if you can get that early chain hunt, really just driving those gens down to 0 no matter how much progress they are on. But without Ruin now, they don't really have much in the ways of gen regression.
Also worth noting, these survivors have not had a chance to reset. That's the 4th survivor injured as well. I imagine Ace and Nia have to be resetting. Adam trying to come in for the unhook here, but they're going to be able to. We might be. Oh, I think they're going to. I can't tell if that's Adam's blood in the saloon there. They might be trying to set for a save after all. Wait, there's a crow that left. No, they're resetting over here maybe. No, they're not. They're not going for the save at all. They're gonna let second stage happen, but oh my goodness, we're still at 5 gens and second stage just got hit. This is incredible.
Yeah, honestly, really good showing here. I was a big concern with how they committed to that first chase with the Claudette, but as we're seeing here, it might just have worked out in their favor. Not to mention, keep in mind, Cenobite with the Original Sin is one of the best killers when it comes to tunnel outs. The reason for it is that you can hit them with the Possessed Chain, apply the Deep Wound stats effect, which robs them of that BT, meaning that they are insta-downable. So you need a healthy survivor to take not just 1, but potentially 2 body blocks in order for that survivor to escape. So this survivor in dire straits, to say the least.
Yeah, look at the survivors right now. There's 2 different survivors in Deep Wound status effect that have to mend before they can do anything. So what you're saying is Cenobite's actually very overpowered, and you need to allow deliverance.
I wouldn't go that far, but really
Another
good
shot.
Possessed Chain there on the Ace from afar. 2 survivors now flicked to the Deep Wound status effect. Survivor on the hook, going to back to campfire via the entity here in just a few short moments. Yes, Cenobite in a really good spot, but 2 gens popping off with these survivors, though. At 3 gens remaining, I don't know if it will matter in the long run, but we'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Also, I just gotta say this, since it is Xeno playing the Cenobite, it's now the Cenobite, alright?
I mean, it would be so much better if we got an alien from Alien vs. Predator. That way it would be the Xenomorph. But, you know.
Man. I saw a fan-made version of that like 3 years ago, and it would be interesting, but I'll be honest, I don't know how you get the rights for that. There's like so many people that have their hands in that pie. So if Behaviors managed to pull it off, props. But I don't know.
I mean, we have the anniversary coming up. We don't know what we'll
It's
see.
not an
but that
IP.
being said, we do see a chain hunt occurring here, and only seeing 1 snapshot aura. The Cenobite convinced that there is a survivor in a locker somewhere nearby. But the Possessed Chain getting a hit on the Ace. Really good curve there, as we do see a survivor coming in for the unhook. Looks like that is the Adam. However, as we said earlier, it's a very easy double down here. There's
the
hit.
iframes.
So it did not connect.
Iframes for the W there. Nia getting a little bit of distance, using lines, but there's the hit, and they are in Deep Wounds. Can they get the? Oh my goodness, I would not have faked that. That was so greedy, and they do go down for it.
However, Adam's still very likely nearby, though. Not seeing any of the chain hunt chains going on right now. So keep in mind, they do slow down as survivors do exit a game via the entity. And we do see the box being solved there by Adam off in the distance.
Oh, but you're going to be able to get the teleport off. I don't know if... I think they were having trouble getting the chains to stop spawning. And so only the Elvin would do it. Oh my goodness, the greed on the... I don't know how they don't do... How do they do this? How do they not drop the pallet?
It is a test of patience, to say the least, and it works out in the Adams' favor. They are getting hit by the impaling wires, though, so that does slow them down just a little bit, reduce the amount of distance that they gain. But looks like Cenobite opting to instead protect their generators here, as the one on main is pretty well progressed, though Ace once again taking out their Possessed Chain to the face, as looks like we are going to switch targets here.
I want to know how much value this original pain has gotten. They have gotten so many... Oh, okay, for one thing, the snipes that are happening with these chains are absolutely incredible. But how much time have the survivors spent having to mend from the Deep Wound so far? It's got to be at least minutes, like, total, right?
Yeah, no, it is definitely not insignificant, and just barely missing that chain hunt there, or that Possessed Chain rather, on the Atom. All three still injured. Chain Hunt about 1/4 of the way progressed before beginning again. And that Survivor will have to jump off a gen here soon. But looks like Adam going to be holding their own for a little bit here as they will take a possession chain there. Cenobite trying to get in front of the Adam, but Adam doubling back just in the nick of time. So I think they
good
will...
fake.
Ooh. Yeah, I was about to say, I thought they were going to go down here at the window, but Adam with a fake.
Yeah, really well done. I'm not gonna lie, this feels like a hostage situation. These survivors are trapped in here with this absolute psychopath with the chains. Like, this is incredible pressure from a Cenobite. I have not seen something like this in a long time, if ever.
I agree. At the same time, I think Cenobite's starting to think the same thing I am, that these survivors have been left on gens for quite some time, so I wouldn't be surprised to see one, if not two gens popping off here, and the Adam just with the wiggles, making the Cenobite think twice before able to send out that possess chain. Bit of a mind game here at the L wall, unable to phase the Adam though. Another possess chain incoming, but no connection. And Adam calling the Cenobite's bluff, actually running into the Cenobite, or towards them at the very least here, in order to get the water wheel. There's the chain, but no fake this time, and Adam will be going down.
If they manage to get a second gen here off of this chase, Adam gets the MVP in my book, because that was one of the best chases, not only this game, but against just general killers. That was really well done. They almost stopped that from finishing. The snipes from this killer are amazing. I'm gonna be watching. Yeah, they finished 2 gens. You're right. Adam did an amazing job stalling. Oh my word.
That was the biggest thing that I saw there. Just Adam's chase just kept on going. And so, you know, if I was Cenobite, I'd definitely be sweating a little bit here, because it's definitely possible that some of these fires do escape via the exit gates.
That was not something I would have even thought of 3 minutes ago. But you're absolutely right. We are looking at potential escapes. First hook for the Adam here. And I think this, especially with this gen split, okay, hats off to the pathing of these chains. I'm gonna be saving this later for a masterclass at how to play Cenobite. This is just impressive. Even if that Adam did an amazing chase, these snipes are just phenomenal. The use of it for information.
Clear that Zeno is a Microsoft airplane simulator fan with how they're navigating with these possessed chains.
They really are. Like, it's incredible. They're using it for scouting. They're using it like. This is some of the most versatile usage of this killer I have ever seen. And I'm spoiled. I now want to see this every time I watch a Cenobite. Every time I want to see this now. From now on. This is amazing. If you're watching this game, take notes, y'all. That's all I gotta say. This is amazing.
Absolutely. However, right now, trying to find where these fires are, they know where the Nia is, or at least their general location. Jen doesn't have a lot of progress. However, the ace is kind of nowhere to be seen.
True.
And Adam about to progress the second stage here. Does progress the second stage. 60 seconds before being sent back to campfire via the entity. Cenobite seems pretty content with that result. Now going to be trying to go after Nia, but Nia once again doing a really good job of dodging these things.
So my thought is that right now, Ace has not been hooked. They're fresh. They can handle the box, so they're not in direct line of sight. Nia has been hooked. They're not worth as many points. I think they're trying to save Ace for a potential exit gate escape, if it comes down to it, while also letting them deal with the box. If that makes sense?
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense. At least a fantastic chain there through the window. Prediction by the Cenobite. Trying to get a bit of mind game here as well, but finds the box. I mean, chain hunt had already begun, but now they're going to be able to get some information to where these survivors are, on top of which, and they have in fact found the ace, but looks like they are not concerned about the ace, instead potentially going for the Adam here.
This is absolutely phenomenal, and again, the survivors are playing around this really well too. The fact that Adam was able to hold on the chase that long, get 2 gens finished, they're about halfway through another one. Ace now able to find the box and start working on it. Both of these teams are not giving up. Like, the Cenobite came out guns blaze, or chains blazing, if you will, and the survivors have not let up since. This is amazing.
And a really, really good play. Adam, though, going down at the water wheel. Cenobite knowing that the Nia and the A's probably on gens as we speak. We don't know much about the progress over there in the corner over by Gallows. We know that Nia has been steadily working on the gen here. Trying to protect the Nia. Will get the possessed chain once again.
This is amazing. Every shot continues to amaze me. The one through the window, which I thought was just like, oh, they didn't place it right. No, they got it anyway. And that one was, oh my word. And they get the pickup as well on the Adam here.
But Adam kind of boxed in there.
Yeah, that's true. They never cleanse crowd control. I just don't realize that. I guess it's not
Adam in a world of hurt. Ace there as well. Doesn't look like they're setting for a flashlight save, but the Cenobite wanting to slow them down just a bit. I wonder if they're just trying to stall this out for Nia to complete the gen.
That's very possible. It would make sense. It's so difficult because, yeah, you want Ace to be the one out. Ace represents the most points for the survivors. Adam goes to death hook here. Nia is one hook left, but Ace is where the points are. And yeah, Nia's not going to be able to finish that gen. It looks like it's about 50%. And I don't even know where Nia... Oh, she was resetting still. I don't know if you get out. I think we're looking at 4K territory. I don't know what the X gates look like. I'm wondering if the survivors are already identified. Maybe the X gates are really good for them and they have a shot, but like the Cenobite has been using this for information so well, I don't know if they can get out, even if they have good exit gates.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You know, that's one of the biggest things that I always will state that the Cenobite has going for them is that information. But Ace getting caught here, they're getting a little bit greedy, trying to go for that gen. I mean, it's worth 2 points. I understand why, but Ace kind of put it into a bit of an awkward position here as the Cenobite trying to go for a very cheeky flick there with the possession. Unable to do so, though, as Ace will continue to gain a little bit of distance here. And looks like they are going to be here in this tile, but Ace is chained and just not in the right place. As Cenobite will get the down, now looking for the Nia.
Yeah, really well done there. I haven't looked at the exit gates yet, but I would actually, I don't know, I guess, but they find him anyway. This killer's game sense and use of the chains to get constant vision is amazing. They're turning the killer, like, this is supposed to be a chase ability, but this killer is literally using it. Oh, crowd control. This killer is literally using it as a scouting ability. I love
which
this.
is honestly something that not enough Cenobites do, but is a really smart way to utilize those possessed chains. But that was a very cute moment there with the Nia vaulting into the Cenobite and crowd control, blocking them in thereafter.
That is absolutely amazing. Really, really well done. And I think unless this Ace has, you know, the stealthiest slug of all time in the next 3 minutes, maybe an adrenaline play? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a possibility, but no adrenaline. Cenobite knows roughly where the Ace is, but they have about, 2.5, 3 minutes left until the bleed out occurs. And Ace is worth a lot of points, so they are going to want to find them real quick.
Absolutely, and again, just really good use of the possessed chain there, getting a lot of extra scouting and getting a... I guess, you know, maybe Cenobite did skip leg day. Maybe they don't like walking around so much. Maybe that's why they use their power.
I mean, that's the same reason why they just phase through vaults, right?
True, I didn't think about that. They might have skipped leg day altogether. Unfortunate, but actually, where is this Ace? It's 2 minutes left, and this survivor has not been hooked. That is 3 points potentially denied if they bleed out.
Yeah, so it's quite significant to say the least. With that being said, Cenobite not given up on the chase
or they did.
Just yet. They thought about it for a moment there.
They were like, huh, what is life? A little bit of a moment there. I guess they were going over like maybe where they had already checked. It's like, okay, I've got only so much time to check. There are a lot of
box. Does the survivor scream on the ground?
No, they don't.
Because it was right there. I'm not sure the Cenobite saw it, but the box was right there in front of them. I was like, wait, does that work that way? Because it's been a hot moment since I've even thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Also worth noting, there's enough nook and crannies on this map, and like, I know that sometimes like multi-floors, you can hear survivors through the floors, but the walls you generally can't. So if you're able to park yourself behind one of these walls, you might be able to bleed out in silence.
I mean, it's also an Ace who is already quite enough as is.
If they actually manage to get the survivor to bleed out, I'm gonna be shocked. Actually, we're almost at the minute mark. I'm about to switch over to see where that survivor is. There they go. They go for the box.
There's the box. I thought I saw it earlier, but clearly not. And yeah, no scream or a snapshot aura from the Ace.
Wow.
And so that does not work how the Cenobites or I were thinking, unfortunately. And yeah, EGC just not going on fast enough. We are down to below a minute on the bleed out timer for this Ace.
Where are you, Ace? They were back in the corner that they were checking originally. I don't know if the killer finds this.
No, I don't think they do. They do not have much more time to go. And so at this point in time, yeah, I think it's safe to say that they are going to get the 4K. However, if Aces bleed out, that is going to rob Elysium's killer
They're heading that
of
direction.
3 points.
They're heading that direction. Do they find him? Oh, the crow
Oh,
spawned.
there's the Cenobite, but time's
The
ticking
crow!
down. They're so close.
They're crow. They. The timer was gone and they bled out. Even the ace is like, what? We saw the bleed out timer go. That was literally last second. Milliseconds. I think the crow gave it away.
I think you're right. I think they just did not move around enough, and Cenobite just rechecking that area.
Oh my word. This was one of the most back and forth, absolutely insane games I have ever witnessed. That was
That
all
was
across.
intense, to say the least.
I'm gonna need a break after that.
What do you?
All right, everybody, welcome back to trial number 2 of the Cenobite extravaganza. I don't know. It's gonna be rough because I don't know if it can get much better than what we just saw, but I'm hopeful. Maybe maybe they went back, they watched the replay, they're looking through like, all right, let's see if we can find the hidden tech from the previous game. You know?
I mean, it's not the wrong possibility, but it definitely is going to be an interesting match. That is for sure.
Mhm.
Keep in mind, Divine Dead is going to need to get a 4K at 4 gens or less to either tie or to claim victory here
True.
in set number 1. So the Cenobite's going to have to play on point, to say the least. They're looking around from the box from what it seems, and not getting lucky like the last. As we do see scratch marks, however, going into Shack.
Interesting to note if they're going for the box or not. I wouldn't imagine the box will spawn over. I imagine be on the other side of main building and missing that first chain is gonna be rough. Nia does have the box, and I think it was over there. They just didn't hear it. I thought I heard it crackle.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cenobite is not able to get it, and the change is coming in at
So
the
close.
wrong time. Wire doing a lot of work there, though, pressuring that Nia before they're able to get away and into another vault, but those possessed shades are just going to keep on going after them until they miss their mark, and Nia gaining a lot of distance there, potentially with a life.
Very possible there. And that's the one thing, like, despite the fact that was a very quick gen too, my goodness. And pre-dropping everything too, but that's one thing that I still like suffer with Cenobite about is that even with Impaling Wire, there's so many like line of sight blocks over here that you just can't get the chains to spawn. Like they just don't hit.
Yeah. Cenobite definitely suffers a little bit on some of these maps like Dead Dog, where it can have some of really intricate geometry. Cenobite sending that as a survivor over here, though, able to find them will take the kick instead. And yeah, unfortunately, Cenobite just not able to get an early hit. One gen already completed. Ace getting found out, though, going up to the gallows. I imagine a bounce landing in hand, but
Very possible.
not want to go up there
Sloppy.
to test things out.
Interesting use of Sloppy there. So Nia does find the box again. There's the original pain coming in. Yeah, they still have this. Is that a crowd control?
It is another crowd control, so potentially a little bit of a duplicate build
my
here.
word.
Another head-on on the top of Saloon.
Well done.
This time from the Claudette, who will not get hit by that possessed chain. Honestly, I still love the fact that we're seeing head-on more and more.
It's
in
so
competitive
good
Dead by
here.
Daylight.
It's so good. Also, that toolbox up top is left there. I guess they used the toolbox to finish that first jet, and I guess. Also, yeah, that actually makes sense against Cenobite because, yeah, you can constantly harass that gen even from your low stance, can't you? Okay.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned it in the last
Yeah.
match of the day, where Cenobite is able to kind of do something very similar to Nurse, where verticality isn't as much of an issue. Now, mind you, Cenobite can't injure a survivor from the ground floor, but at the same time, you can get a lot of pressure. Much like these survivors applying a lot of pressure on the Cenobite. Nancy with the pre-drop, and only 2 more gens need to go before these fires force a potential tie.
What?
And a cheeky pallet stun. Also, not sure how that didn't connect, but it did not.
I am so confused. But with that said, yeah, they pop this gen over here. 2 gens down. And more importantly for these survivors, that was the 3 gen that they had. They had the gallows, they had this one, they had one kind of near the other side of the building in the street, and that was all they had. And I don't know how the Cenobite comes back from this. This is gonna be really difficult.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, right now, all Elysium needs to do is complete the next gens, and they have secured victory here in set number 1. But let's not count the Cenobite out just yet. You know, if we've seen anything, especially if they are able to get the hook and pressure it, they can definitely get a kill very quickly. However, I think at this rate, the survivors are probably going to ignore any and all hooks and just go for the gen. I think that's what name the game here.
I would tend to agree. That's 3rd gen going down. They solved the box, and they can't commit to this chase on Nancy because they're just gonna be wasting too much time. These are, you know, also to be fair, this is the same Survivor Squad that had the previous Cenobite. If you practice against that level of Cenobite, you've probably been through the ringer. That is some militant level training.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. That's one thing to always keep in mind. You know, if the team has a good killer, they probably have survivors who know how to play around that killer pretty well.
True.
Really strong play there by that Nia. But I want to know something interesting. Because they hit them with the possessed chain, I want to note that Hex crowd control did not actually proc because of those slow balls.
Oh, for the previous one, right? So she fastballed the first one, but yeah, the second one. That's a good point, actually. That's a really good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I noticed it when they're doubling back over, and I don't think even Nia thought about it. But this here is going to be the first hook of this match at 2 gens remaining. I mean, yeah, the survivors are just going to completely ignore this hook. They're going to place them as far back into the map as they can, but I do not think it's going to matter.
That was a pain res. So a little bit of help from the hook there, as we see that gen across the map explode with the skill check, I'm guessing. However, was that a balanced landing? And they got the hit anyway?
I think it was, but Cenobite able to get the hit in time. We do see down hook there on the Nia. However, we do see the Claudette here primed and ready for the body block, as they know all too well with that original sin that Cenobite can go for a very quick double down. And looks like Claudette will take the possessed chain, and Nia getting a lot of distance.
Oh, yeah, she got a ton of distance. She is off to the races and gone. And I imagine that, yeah, I wouldn't even commit to this chase. I'd go and try and harass. And do find the Nia, though. Good use of Majestic Jared. That will be the deep wound status effect on Nia. And now the question is, can they finish this chase? I don't even know if I want to go for this chase. If you know you have pain res, I'd try to get some more pain res value before trying to kill a survivor. But honestly, it might just be too far gone. I don't know. This is a really tough spot to be in.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any winning here. We did see that mid-vault there from the Nia, unable to get a lot of distance. We see Cenobite trying to harass that gen with a Nancy on, just unable to get the possessed chain though. And looks like we will see a 4th gen. I imagine a 5th gen popping off here very shortly.
I would imagine so. Yep, you are absolutely correct. There is the 5th generator. And with that said, I think it is safe to say that the first set has been, this first set's over. Really well done.
Yep,
like, he's doing the victory dance.
That is in fact the win condition there. 5th gen will push things in favor of Elysium. Survivors, though, trying to get as many out as possible. Ace here kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, as they will get hit by those possessed chains. Bounce landing coming in, though, and looks like they will dodge the additional chain spawn from impaling wire, as they do make their way to the next tile. Possessed chain getting the hit, though, and will get the down at the pallet.
Indeed, really well done. I don't know. Ace just doing the happy dance on top of the gallows was just, that was... Oh my goodness, the chain? What? I didn't even see that Claudia was over here. Oh, no, it wasn't a chain. She failed a skill check.
Yeah, it looks like they may have either started running in the middle of a heal or missed a skill check, as they're trying to get that heal right next to the hook, but we're a little bit wary of trying to complete it so close to the killer.
Very, very close. And yeah, Claudia coming in to break the chains, make sure they can't be held in match. And they do get a 2K at the very end of the match, but like you said before, not quite able to hold this, and so Elysium will take the W here. And honestly, these survivors played so well. That was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, no, really good showing here by the survivors. Honestly, though, some good chases by the Cenobite as well. Don't want to count them out, but just unable to take the W here in set number 1.
That head-on might have been play the
said,
game.
Though, head-on, yeah, absolutely. Both trials, in fact, we saw head-on do a lot of work, but not enough to carry the Cenobite to victory here in set 1. With that being said,
All right, everybody, welcome back to trial number 3, set number 2, and if I remember correctly, you said we're going to be intrigued with a night mirror match?
we are indeed.
love
It's going to be a night mirror match on the Wretched Shop, where we are going to be seeing Divine Dead against the Elysium Survivor team right off the bat. So they are going to be setting the pace for this and seeing what the Knight can do here today.
I'm super excited for this. It is, I genuinely, I do not remember a time that I've ever seen this before. So this is gonna be a treat. I get to see double time, and what both sides of the both sides of the table bring to the plate here. And nice, solid corrupt here and round the shack. The question is, do you think survivors go into shack to hide, or do you think they leave? Because I'm gonna say, I don't think you want to give this killer a basement hook right off the bat, right? Is that just me?
Probably not, but honestly, that's the thing about Knight's power. It's not good at hook defense. It's good for heal interruption, but hook defense, not so much. And we do see scratch marks going over towards main. Looks like the Knight going to try and cut them off by going around. Honestly, this would be a great time to send out a guard and try and block off their pathing. But this survivor just holding W on the edge of the map and taking a palace stun from the ace there.
Okay, so tell me about, oh, is that a smash hit? I think that was a smash hit.
I do believe it was.
Interesting. And so I'm looking at the add-ons. This is Map of the Realm, right?
Yep, Realm Map as well as Horsemeat is the two here. So it is longer duration for the hunt and I believe it is longer duration for a hunt and then larger detection radius for the jailer. But really hit there through the pallet there on the ace. I don't even think the Knight was expected to get that one. But
the speed
secure
boost.
A very early first down.
I mean, they might have been hoping with the speed boost to get it, honestly, since that was something they added after the fact, right? Knight didn't get that originally.
Correct.
Interesting, and we'll see. Ooh, that was a pain res.
Yeah, it was a pain res. We do see a guard going out and kicking the gen real quick. Keep in mind that the guard's gen damage on those kicks was increased, I believe, to the 2.5%.
Really?
Yeah, that was another little thing that they did to buff the Knight. There's the haste that you get from sending a guard, especially on a longer path. There's also the amount of damage per gen for the guard kicking it. So this Knight using it very defensively, to say the least, going to be leaving a guard there for the survivor to deal with. It looks like the hunt has begun, though that is the Karn effect. They have the longest hunt time, but they are the slowest out of the guard.
And it looks like, if you look at it, they're just doing circles around something, so they are wasting time. They do finish that second generator, however. Also worth noting, just for those who are watching, the Knight doesn't see what we see. We see the survivors while the guard is active because that's just a spectator thing. The Knight doesn't actually know where they are. So.
I mean, they know generally where they
Sure,
are. The guard is, oh, if you're talking about in the, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like you can hear him. It's similar with Spirit, right? Nia taking the hit for the ace? That was beautifully done. Well done to the Nia. However, Ace still in trouble here at this pallet. Is going to be forced to leave it. However, they do have this other pallet. I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, they will go down. Third generator coming in from these survivors. These survivors are not taking this lying down. We thought we had good pressure at the beginning, like I said, early hook and everything, even with the pain res going off. But these survivors have finished 3 gens for the second hook stage.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Survivor's doing a really good job, though Knight doing an equally good job, at least in chases, using their power to their fullest. The question is, will they be able to get kills here? And more than one kill, I think, is the biggest thing. Honestly, I think if you look at this, and the Knight gets a 2k6 hook, I think that's a good result here for the Knight today.
That is fair. I appreciate that people like this killer a lot and, like, you know, think highly of them. They actually placed that really well. Good job. I still feel like this killer is not super powerful, so the fact that we're seeing it all as a trade, and I would agree, like oh, good job grabbing the banner there. Yeah, a 6-stage 2k is a good result.
Yes, and yeah, so, I mean, with that being said, the Knight knowing exactly where these survivors are, just getting these guards just placed is on point. And to reiterate, they can see the survivors. It is not like Spirit in that way. So I just want to go back to the comment because I don't think I answered it. But no, they can see where the survivors are during their pathing.
Wait, they can?
Yeah.
I've never noticed that. Every time I use my power, I don't see them. I can't see them anymore. Is that? Huh. Okay, I was not aware of that. I thought the killer couldn't see them. Interesting.
Yeah, no, the killer can, hence why we're getting these pinpoint accurate locations, I believe. And it has been a hot minute since I played the night, so I had to like scratch my brain. I'm like, can you see them? Can you not? Like, have like.
I thought you couldn't.
Which one is it? And like, I was like, no, you can definitely see them.
Interesting. Okay. To be fair, I don't really play the night that often, so that might be a reason why. And trying to get this ace out of the game as soon as humanly possible, and yeah, trying to wait for their power to come back up so they can get a shot here. But yeah, I think Nia taking the aggro from the guard here instead, taking the hit, but Ace still nowhere to be. There you go. But say Ace might have left, I thought, but no, they're still stuck here. Ace is doing a phenomenal job staying alive here. This is incredible. And
Yeah,
Nia taking the chase
absolutely.
again.
However, Nia taking the jailer. And yeah, they're just going to be going down to the corner here. I think Knight taking what they can, but Knight's doing a great job keeping 2 survivors busy this entire time. Yes, there's 2 gens left, but overall, Knight's doing a fantastic job in chase.
Indeed, another pain rest coming in, so the 25% doing some work there. Might have been why they opted to go for them instead. It's like, okay, fine, we'll go for you, get our hook, and maybe we can find Ace later, but... Interesting. Yeah, now I'm having trouble picking up with it, because now the Knight's placing guards everywhere. I struggle to keep up. Oh my goodness, they do finish a 4th generator though. Oh, that's the Ace!
Yeah,
Why are
that
they going
is the
for it?
ace, so Knight knows where they are, but wants to go for the survivors that are closer by, and we do see the unhook there. However, scratch marks going towards the shack. That's 3 survivors now in this area. I imagine Knight will be able to interrupt the heal here, and sure enough, these survivors are forced to disperse.
Really good job, and yeah, Ace just now getting the banner and getting away from the guard. Yeah, survivors are, you know, bit... Oh, cheeky attempt of a head-on there, not quite getting it. They're all injured. I guess the Knight actually has a potential snowball here?
Yeah, I think if you're able to use the guards right, keep these survivors busy, I think a snowball is very possible, to say the least. And especially with this ace stats effect that the Knight gets from sending out their guards as far out as they do, thought it in a bit of trouble here and will end up going down.
But they do finish the last generator. There's the adrenaline on the Nia. And now the question is there any kind of end game setup for this this killer to go off of? They have fresh hooked a couple survivors, so they are getting a good amount of points there. I think that's 11 total coming in right here. Oh, no way out.
Noise notification. I believe that's a no way out.
Yeah, not able to get that 3rd hook save for the no way out before it procs, so they're missing out on what, 12 seconds?
I do believe so, yeah. And
Unfortunate.
It looks like they have found another survivor, though, as they are trying to go towards that unhook. They will successfully get it, however, and Knight opted to go back as they are imagining there's going to be 2 injured survivors here.
Oh, it's the Nia, though. She's not injured. They're going to plot it instead. I think that's what you have to do here. Just try and secure a kill, maybe with the most points. Yeah, Ace is only worth 1 point at this moment, but Claudette being worth 3 is very much the ideal survivor. Well, okay, I guess that's Ace. You want Cheryl here, right? Because Cheryl's fresh.
Yeah, I'd say Cheryl probably the best case scenario. Nia going in for the body block, trying to make sure that Claudette does not go down. I will say I do love the Knight's use of the chron effects there for the instant break on the pallet at Shack, trying to force the Claudette to kind of second guess on what guard is up and ready. But everyone's currently injured. Claudette cannot afford another body block here. Guard being sent out, and the assassin is hot on their trail.
Is it live?
Claudette getting a little bit of distance here.
It might have been a lie there, I'm not sure, but yeah, it looks like they will be going right now. The problem is that Nia's also in a bad spot. The exit gate's almost ready. They might have been trying for a hatch play or something, but yeah, Nia's in a bad spot now. Oh, getting stuck though. I don't know if they're gonna be able to get out. Oh, this is gonna be close. If the Knight is able to secure this, that's gonna be huge. I think
There's
they
the
secured
down.
it.
I think it's just close enough.
Wow. They might be getting a 2K after all, which is gonna be like a 7-stage 2K or an 8-stage 2K. It's
Yeah,
8 stage.
something like that, but Ace is healed up.
So is
for a
Cheryl.
pickup. We do see the shell also healed, and looks like they will try and you know, do a bit of a rescue mission here of sorts, and I think they will get the Nia out
Yeah,
of
they
those
will.
gates, and yeah, sure enough, there's the unhook. And so it's going to be a 3-man out, I think, but I'll see some really good points here for the Knight.
Absolutely. Actually, with everybody healed, they healed the Nia. They might be looking for a 4-man. They may not be content with a 3-man.
It's not such a real possibility. We see all 3 here setting up for the unhook. Goes the jailer now onto the ace. And it looks like we hard to see a hit on the Nia. While Death, though, in a bit of a pickle, though, Ace not taking it from the Jailer.
Oh, no. They are going to get the 4 out. That was so well executed. These survivors played that so clean. All right, folks, welcome back. We had a little bit of a break there as I had to get some rogue energy. I don't know about you, but loving these scans. And with that said, we are moving on to trial number 4, the second half of a Night Extravaganza. Honestly, I'm just happy to see Night at all. Previous team, absolutely, like, just incredible counterplay to the Night. They played very, very well. Night, again, like you said multiple times, they had like a good amount of pressure juggling survivors, but the survivors seemed like they were just like impervious despite all the pressure.
Yeah, overall, just really good play from both sides. And, I mean, it resulted in pretty much a tied trial. So we're kind of going in with a clean slate into Trial 4. More or less, what Elysium is going to need to get is more than 15 points here. And if they're able to do that, that pretty much will secure them the victory. But we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. I mean, that could be anything from,
that's,
you know,
fresh
hook on all survivors, plus a few additional hooks. It could mean, you know, 1 kill and some fresh hooks. There's a lot of different options for the win condition here, but the Knight now in chase with the Zarina right out the gate.
Yeah, really good job using the card effects there for the instant break, but not getting as much distance as I would have expected. However, they are dropping the guard here. You can interrupt the break?
You can interrupt the guard, so if you set up the guard and you swing at them, it will disperse them, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know you could like stop them mid-break. That is fascinating to me, but really well done. Also, we're doing they're not doing Great Horse Meat this time. This is Map of the Realm and Call to Arms?
I believe that is Call to Arms, yeah.
Interesting. So this will result in the first hit here, and they do have Sloppy Butcher as we see a anime-style spray of blood. Also, can I just say I appreciate the Sloppy Butcher just like sprays blood everywhere like that? It's so good.
It is a nice touch, especially when you're using it, but we do see another guard being sent down. Carnifex being used really, really well, honestly.
True.
And kind of robbing these bars from these pallets, and we will see the first down here on this arena. So that will be 3 points right there in favor of Elysium. Keep in mind, they did win set 1, so if Elysium can walk away victorious here in this trial, that will be it for this match. No set 3, but if the Vine is able to turn things around, then we might just be going to a set 3 where we could potentially see an Oni mirror match on the gas heaven.
That would be really, really fun. I would enjoy that, especially since the new map is, you know, we don't get to see enough of it so far, so I'd be interested in. I actually, can the killer just sit here and camp this? 1 gen down.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, they can send out a guard to just keep on kicking the gen. Even so, they could also just keep on sending a guard and just have them block that gen for an entire hunt. So Knight doing what they do best here, just sending those guards out to scout. And I think they will probably secure a second stage here, as they'll send out a jailer, though. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier. The guards cannot really protect the basement, because at the end of the day, all I need to do is force the hook, and the guard will disappear. So this is a bit of an interesting choice here by the Knight.
I wonder if it might be for scouting purposes, just to see if a survivor comes in the radius. And there's second gen going down. Recalling them, there's the second stage secure, so that is 5 points for this killer, which is 1/3 of what they need, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. So now it comes down to what the plan is from here. It looks like they want to secure the kill, just sending out the Carnifex potentially to rotate through specific guards. So really cute way of looking at this, as they want the jailer specifically.
Interesting. There's 3rd gen going down, Deadlock activating. Survivors might be able to punish this.
I mean, the killer has given them a lot of time to sit on gen, so I think that's exactly what the thought process is. Like, cool, you want to camp this, that's fine. We'll just break out gens through and through, and there's number 4.
I don't know if this can work out. If they get a 6-stage 2K, that's not enough, because the previous card effects they had multiple hook stages.
Yeah, exactly. They had a number of fresh hooks as well as second hooks on survivors, so though they will get a survivor out of the game here, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, as far as just have one more gen to complete, and they split the gens pretty well.
They really have. I was about to say, like, when we first started chasing at the shack, I was like, okay, maybe there's a 3-gen. There's only 2 gens kind of nearby. And yeah, I guess you can use your guards to harass this constantly, but if you're not going to go commit to that chase, you're not going to get any downs.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm interested to see what Elysium's plan here is, and if it works out in their favor. It now just comes down to these survivors and what they're able to do. But that being said, more guards being sent out to harass this gen. So far, no survivor found, no survivor hunted, and the Knight just kind of taking their time.
Okay, so the survivor did sneak back here, which is going to be interesting because there's a lot of resources that are actually gone over here. Nia getting caught out, and now the question is, does that give Ace and Adam enough time to double up on a generator on the other side and finish it?
We'll have to wait and see, as looks like Knight will continue on the Nia, but drop the chase as they are picking them over towards a corner. Kind of being fearful of exactly what you just described, 2 survivors just sitting on the gens and getting that completed. And looks like they do see some scratch marks this time from the Adam, just wanting to spread some pressure here. And they do have the Carnifex primed and ready, but not wanting to commit either. We'll be sending a Carnifex back to the gen in order to break it. And looks like that was an ace there that we saw from the spectator position. As we did learn that is a spectator-only thing, and DVD Spectator is trying to gaslight me.
You know, it happens. DVD gaslights us all the time. It's fine. I thought I knew so many things about this game, and then it turns out I was just entirely wrong. It's fine. To be fair, there is a lot of things in this game. Anyone that knows even half of it, I'm impressed. So, with that said, yeah, just continue to cat and mouse this generator setup. I'll be honest, if the survivors play this really safe, I think this could be a 3-out.
I think you're right in the grand scheme of things that this is definitely very likely a 3-out if they play it right.
Look at that.
At least so far, that's exactly what they're doing. You know, the Knight is sending out guards to try and harass these survivors. We want to note that Nia is still injured, and so too is Adam to be injured enough. Running straight to the pallet, want to take that from the Knight, not dropping it though. They do not get any additional distance there, though it looks like they try and proc a bounce landing off the frame.
Looks like they were trying for it and didn't quite get it. Maybe going into Shack trying to get another balanced landing proc, and no, they run around the outside. But I imagine both of these generators are being cranked away right now. Knight coming in close, though. This is probably going to be a down. But will it be enough? Even if you get this down, you need more. Going Cox, I think this means the gen stops.
Unless there's a no way out, something to slow down.
They finished the gen.
These execates.
They finished the gen. I didn't even realize it. That's the 5th gen finished.
Yeah, that was the 5th gen. I do want to note that we do see a haste aspect, so no way out. That is in fact a no-ed instead. And
there's the
unless the Knight is able to find a survivor here,
they're both out.
I believe that is going to be set to in favor of Divine.
Wait, hold on. The hatch could spawn too.
Say again?
Adam's over here. The hatch. They could get hatch.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay, it looks like that's not gonna be the case. Okay, but say the hatch spawned on the opposite side of the shack where Adam was crawling to it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I think the Knight also forgot about that for a moment as well, to be honest.
Which, if we're going to round 3, those points could have mattered. That's 6 points for the survivors and 3 less points for the 6 points less for the killer, 3 points for the survivors. So, wow, forcing set 3 here.
Yeah, we'll get the final score here in just a moment, but I do believe that will force a set 3 at the 2K6 here for the Knight. Just not able to get there because, yeah, the Knight prior, if you're looking at the points, just from the fresh hooks alone, that's 369 plus an additional 6. So, yeah, I think that that will not be enough points in favor of the Knight here for Elysium.
Indeed. All right, everybody, welcome back to an interesting set number 3 that I wasn't expecting, but the Knight game forced it, and so we get to see Oni, and you said it was going to be on Gas Heaven of all maps.
It is indeed.
All right.
So Elysium's Oni against the Divine Dead Survivor team here in set number 3, trial number 5, this time on the Gas Heaven. So I'm excited to see how this new map, or rather, new layout fares this time around.
I'm not going to lie. I'm actually kind of horrified by it. So we all can agree that Gas Heaven was like a pretty strong middle building, right? But now it's like truly central to the map. And like again, I might be speaking from Trickster main perspective. This map feels really tough now, in my opinion.
It feels very different. It feels like a brand new map.
It does.
We tested it out when it came out on the PTB, and I looked around and went, this feels completely different.
It
was one of the most
does.
consistent maps, and to now where it is not the same that it was, and so it's going to take some time for these teams to learn how to play around this new map. But that being said, we do see a very early chase here. We see an early head-on and a firecracker, though it does miss the mark, so no blind on the killer.
Unfortunately, and she got caught on the card, which is going to cause a hit very early in the game. So Oni, despite the head-on, is in actually a really good spot. They do get the... Oh, I thought it was a vault. Nope, that is a pallet wall. And honestly, all they have to do is hold this out. Also, I'm noticing no blood orbs. Does the spectator no longer see blood?
Good question.
We don't see blood orbs anymore. Now we do.
Yeah,
Okay, now we do. Okay.
They do when they use their power, but not otherwise. And that there is a brutal strength.
That is a brutal strength. Very quick kick in. Noticeably not getting their power quite yet. I'm wondering if they're doing that tactic where you save the power for after you get the hook to make survivors lull into a sense of false security where they think, okay, the killer didn't get their power, they went down too early. But now you just look back at the hook and you get your power and you go off.
Yeah, but they didn't grab him there. Just kind of take a quick look at the gen in main real quick.
Yeah.
There's the power, just as you said. But they're not going to prime it just yet. They're going to be trying to take a look around and see if they can find some survivors first. And sure enough, there is a survivor, but a blast mine coming in, slowing the Oni down just a little bit.
I'm wondering if that might have been a missed cue, potentially, for the survivor squad, because usually when that blast mine hits is when that survivor runs in for the unhook so they get more distance, and instead, they're still sitting there on the hook, so maybe they're committing to the gens instead. I don't know if it was a missed cue or not.
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see, but Oni now with their power, just about a full minute's worth, as they're going to be able to demon dash around and have the insta-down potential. We do see a missed skill check there. Over by the truck. Oni going for the turn.
No.
They do see the scratch marks trying to get into Shack and will get the pallet break. Honestly, even though they didn't get it down, that's a huge resource that they were able to get out of the way.
Absolutely. Also, that skill check might have cost them a lot, because that gen was almost done, and now this killer coming in. Oh, the body block from the Claudette. Absolutely beautiful job. Yeah, and they saw borrow time up. That was a really, really well set up play. I didn't think you could get the body block, but they do, and that's going to save Nia a lot of headache, and Oni's kind of forced to go for the tunnel out here instead.
Yeah, no, honestly, really, really clean play there by the survivors. First gen popping off in the distance. And yeah, this survivor got a ton of distance, to say the least.
Absolutely. Also worth noting, oh, there's the quick and quiet right. This survivor did have head on, but they didn't, not be able to set up for a locker play just yet. There's the second gen. Yeah, wasn't able to stop that from popping, so no deadlock either. Oni actually has a very minimal amount of slowdown here.
Yeah, and it might work against them. I mean, if they were able to get
Third
this
gen?
down, third gen popping
Oh,
off,
wow, that was
if they
the
were to
Adam
get
gen.
it down, I think it would be a different story. But because Claudette was able to body block and basically ensure that Oni was not able to get full value out of their power, I mean, this kind of turned things on its head.
It really did. Now the Oni does have their power, but it's after chasing Claudia for so long. They're gonna need a really good use of their power to get this game back, because this is not where you want to be at 2 gens remaining, where you're chasing the survivor for a second hook.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the night match that we saw just a moment ago from Elysium, where they, you know, really committed to that first kill, and it really hurt them in the end. Now, the main difference here is the fact that Oni does have mobility and an insta-down too, so a little bit of different as far as power level is concerned.
Absolutely.
As the Oni does hear that gen with a little bit of progress, doesn't see the survivor though, will opt instead to go into the garage. A little bit of work here, but no sign of the survivor. Maybe a head-on play, and Oni checking the locker just in case.
I think Claudette's the one with the head on, so I don't know if there's... Yeah, they can't afford to stay in there, so they're going to go back to the unhook here, and I'm not going to lie, with that gen being so much progress, Oni might be in for a world of hurt here. This is not where you want to be. Survivors have been cranking gens this whole time, trying to get the hit on the Nia, but not able to get the flick. And Claudette is gone to the wind. Actually, oh no. It didn't count as a break because they were still mid-balls. Oh my goodness, this is... And now they're out of power. Are we looking at a potential 3-out, if not... This could be 4-out territory.
I mean, at this rate in time, especially the Oni not having any
There's
power,
the
no
fourth.
progress towards their power at all, this is a dangerous spot because they are just practically an M1 115
Yeah.
at the moment in time. I say again and again, but the ideal situation for an Oni out of the power is to have half of it left over. Now, they do get a really cheeky hit there
Yeah.
on the Atom, probably unexpected by both sides. But
This
that
lucky break?
could get the Oni just a little bit of an edge, potentially bring this back, or at least make it a little bit more manageable for their Survivor team when they do switch sides here momentarily.
True. Okay, so okay, never mind. That was probably a parental guidance because they lost scratch marks for just a brief second. There they go. They do have the power. The Shattered Hull doing a lot of work with the constant vaulting. So that might have been their strat all along, but I don't know. This is first they're coming in for the Atom. If they're, yeah, there's the 5th gen like we were expecting, and now, oh, the No Way Out procced before they could get the hook. Oh,
That is one of the most disappointing things that can ever happen, to say the least. But
Absolutely.
they're going to be out on the prowl, trying to see where this Survivor was,
Whoa!
and they will find the ace.
Really good job. Yeah, the gen pop, they didn't see scratch marks going away from it, and there's some blood underneath that generator. This could be a potential comeback scenario. No Way Out just now expiring. Get your blood, get your power, go back to that exit gate. You know they're going to get the unhook on the Atom. Oni could be able to salvage this. I still think there's going to be multiple outs, but you could try and make up for the loss of points here. Maybe get a 2 or 3 fresh hooks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Oni can use their power and use it well.
Forcing the pick. Oh, this is a bait and switch. This is the exit gate being opened.
There's that, and also I wonder if the Quadet was in the other locker. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a very
I
good
think that was
possibility.
the case because that just seemed like too much of a setup.
It was. It was. Oh, that was cheeky. Okay.
And I think Adam went into a locker, got down. Don't know where the other survivors are, but I guess Oni just flicking out, deciding that they wanted to, that they weren't going to be able to do much here, so they want to get the pickup on the Atom. But looks like we will end up seeing a 3-man out. A DC, whether intentional or not, out the exit gate. I did see the exit gate symbol go out, so they did get
the
safe
exit
there.
gate. Yeah, I'm guessing
we'll
it's a
confirm,
crash.
Make sure no internets went out last moment.
I'm about to say, like, that might have been super lucky. They get out the door just in time for their internet to crash. So they do get the 6-stage one. I think one of the survivors did end up leaving fresh, though, if I remember. Yep, they definitely crashed because I am now the 4th survivor. Okay. All right, folks, it's that time. It's the final trial. It's all down to this because even if it's a tie from here, it goes to tie-break points and it's out of our control. The games have already been played. This has been a really intense match and not what I was expecting today.
Yeah, and I will point out, looking at the previous sets, if this does go to tiebreakers, as in match points, Elysium had a really strong set one at 40 points to Divine Dead's 20, and things are much closer in set 2. So if Elysium is able to pull off a tie set here, it will be in their favor. So that being said, we'll have to wait and see. But Divine Dead, all they need to do, realistically speaking, is get 14 points to tie, 15 in order to win, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to wait and see. With that being said, Oni out on the prowl, finding their first survivor, and this does appear to be the ace.
That it does. And taking the chase into Shaq here. At least some things stay the same. Good little mind game there. They do force the fault, and folding back in. Oni swinging and whiffing at the window and forcing a little bit of a longer chase. Here comes the Bloodlust, though. Kind of see, no, they've got that pallet if they want to drop it. Pallet will be going down potentially, but no? Honestly, I think if with Bloodlust, they would have got that hit. Oh, now Bloodlust 2 kicking in.
I tend to agree, but I was thinking that they were about to drop the chase there and lose that Bloodlust to boot. Once again, a little bit of mind game, but Ace understanding that Bloodlust 2, almost Bloodlust 3 was incoming right there. Dropping the pallet, and overall, really good showing here from this first chase from Ace, as they do get to another pallet. Oni having to drop chase now as they are fearful of what the progress on these gens might be.
And for good reason. That's about 25 to 40% done. Taking chase at the TNL wall. We'll have to see how the Carlos plays it. They do get around. There's the first gen popping off somewhere in the middle of the corrupt zone, and they do have a lot of pallets left to work with here. They're not getting that early hit that the Oni did previously. Sever's dropping everything, not want to be too careful. Yeah, free dropping this one as well, but now chasing back into the shack area. This might result in a first hit if we don't see a pallet around.
Yeah, I mean, it's very likely, but these Spartans have been playing super well. We see it there from the Carlos being very patient on that window vault, and Oni just unable to get that hit. They're about a quarter of the way into their power without
there's a
getting
pallet
hit here.
here.
That is not a place that you'll want to be if you are the zoning.
Absolutely. And the power is up. There's the drop. I was about to say, that's a very greedy not vault. And oh my goodness, these survivors are winning these mind games so well here. Even with Bloodlust 2 kicking in. Honestly, Bloodlust 3 kicking in, they finally get the hit. Honestly, the power is almost a quarter of the way charged by this time, but however, there's the Shattered Hull doing some work, giving the extra blood. Oni's gonna have his power soon. We'll have to see how they make use of it. If they don't have a good power here, I think we might be looking at Elysium taking. What is up with these hits? That's the second time I've seen that today.
Yeah, the reverse pallet stuns are back. They have been for a hot minute, but they are back in full swing. And Oni feeling the wrath of them here today. Now, that is a fresh survivor there, one that has not yet been injured. Oni trying to see if they can get it down in a quick manner, but this fire trying to throw the Oni for a loop here. And they will swing, but will not connect as the ace just barely dodges it.
What is the mind game? Was that a quick and quiet? I didn't hear the vault.
That may have just been a quick and quiet.
Oh
yeah,
my word.
You can see the vault notifications there from the ace. And Oni just trying to do something, anything here to get this down before their power goes out. Like I said, ideally, if you're this Oni, you want their power to have about half of the meter left, but they're just unable to mind game this. And they're going to go for swing, and the miss there as they will fatigue out.
Oh my goodness, I have never seen a survivor use the TNL to block Oni's power like this. That was absolutely amazing. They are at 1 gen left. Oh my word. Are they about to pull out of, like, this is looking at 4-man escape territory. How did this happen?
Honestly, your guess as good as mine. These survivors playing absolutely out of the minds, and I'm really curious about something on this ace, on what they're bringing here today, but I don't know. The ace is just playing fantastic around that TNL. They do get enough blood for their power here. Unless they snowball for the 4K here, I don't know how the Oni is going to be able to turn this one around.
That's a very good point. This gen has a little bit of progress. Sniffing out if somebody is here. They might be in a locker. Honestly, I get in a locker. You force the locker pick, you're still winning. So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, Oni not wanting to check lockers either. Honestly, kind of scared about what they might find inside. I think they are going to go for the locker check. The head-on play from Kate! Oh my word, this might be looking at the last gen finishing if they're going to go for the head-on play. There's the down, though. That's one thing that Oni needed. Honestly, they kind of needed a couple gens ago. We're going to need to see a lot more fresh hooks like this, though. I don't know. I'm honestly tensing to see. That was a pain rest. Wait, that means that gen's the most progressed.
Yeah, that actually is pretty telling there. I think the Oni thinking that too. The last 3 gens all on the line here. So honestly, if the Oni can get and keep their power and keep it rolling, I think this could turn in the Oni's favor.
That's very possible. I'm really shocked. And we see blood up on the hill. Oni not deciding to go for it after all. Going back towards this generator. I'm not gonna lie, the game seems to have been brought a little bit back closer to something like achievable, because I genuinely thought we were looking at 4 out there, because that was so much pressure. But Survivor's not able to get that 5th generator done. Power's almost back here. Have to see how they use it. Again, just the first power being wasted was rough.
Yeah, it really was. Oni just hunted down these blood orbs, wanted to get this in hand, and I imagine using their power the moment they see a survivor.
Yeah.
But like I said, with these gens being in this line, it really does put a hurt on these survivors, especially if the Oni has their power in hand.
Kate hasn't been healed. She's cranking a gen somewhere, and they've been unhooked. I need to go back and check the generator. Okay, they did. Oh, never. They're healing. But I say, I was worried that other gen in the corner might be proccing soon.
Yeah, I want to say the blood orbs that we saw going behind main was in fact Kate. So I think that's what the Oni was chasing there for a moment, just to get their power. But they haven't really ventured over towards the other 2 gens in a hot moment. They're looking around this gen, thinking that a survivor might be nearby. But they're going to give it a quick kick and looks like venture on towards the other generators.
I am really scared. They've been away from that gen a long time, and we know that gens fly when a killer's not around them. Wait.
Yeah, but
what?
no sign of survivors.
What is going on? Cheeky blast mine there, and unfortunately not going to get a ton of value out of it, but I'm really curious. Survivors, okay, so we see the ace in the background there. Survivors must be trying to like reset, get everybody healed, and then try and make some kind of plan of action here, because you're right, this is actually, it's not technically a full 3-gen, but it's a very nasty gen setup for sure. Also, this survivor has been stealthing so hard. Where are they? They must have some insane calls, because this survivor is absolutely gone. Maybe they're in a locker or something? I don't know.
I think what's happened, honestly, we've seen it before, is by the time that the Oni is able to leave the gen across the way, another survivor's called out that they're leaving, and they just kind of hide. And they start getting found out. We will get down as well. That is the down that the Oni needs, but they're going to get a little bit greedy here, it looks like.
You kind of have
to not go for the hook and instead using their power in full.
I think this might be the correct play. You have a power, you can snowball real quick. Go and check these, going for a locker check? I wouldn't be wasting my time. I heard that gen going, oh, we see scratch marks over here too. But I wouldn't waste too much time over here if I was Oni. I would use my power to get back there and get them before there's a pickup.
Yeah, my main concern is the fact that their power's about to expire, and like you said, you know, it's going to take now another 2 hits in order to
They didn't see
get
the
their
scratch
power
marks.
back.
They didn't see the scratch marks. There were scratch marks leading away towards the middle of this, and they missed it, which means the middle hit, they get the pickup. I think waiting for the head-on might have cost them.
Honestly, I think they should have just gone for the pickup on the survivor.
Maybe.
I think getting the hook, getting the pain res, getting the regression would have been the right play here. And especially as that would have preserved 3/4 of the Oni's power, but now they're left with nothing. No blood orbs in the vicinity. They are an M1 115 killer at their core, and now they have to get 2 hits in order to secure a power.
Unless the blood silver. We saw that there was a heal party over here, so there's a little bit of blood back here, but not a lot. That's about half a power worth. So maybe
it's
one
about
hit.
half, so they need now a hit in order to claim. But these guys have been doing a fantastic job stealthing around the Oni. They're on top of comms, ensuring that they are not in a disadvantaged position by the time the Oni comes over to check the gen progress. And I think we're just going to see these gens slowly but surely just get completed.
I think that would be the case, and the head-on has this. Oh my goodness, another blast mine. The head-on has this killer second guessing so much. It's so
between the
brutal.
blast mine, the head-on, the Oni just getting harassed.
But there's the 5th gen.
That is the 5th generator completed.
Oh man, and now the killer's in a really tough position. No Way Out does proc with 1 token. So they got a couple seconds. If they can get this hit on the ace, they get their power, go back over, maybe get a snowball, but I imagine after the No Way Out procs, survivors have scattered. Oh, and the great fake from the ace.
Yeah, fantastic job there from the ace, to say the least. They had the pallet here as well. Only trying to go for the mind game, unable to do so successfully. Ace just absolutely missile to their advantage. They will take the hit, but unfortunately, I think 24 seconds have already passed. We see the survivor healthy on their way, and I think he's going to try and go past the ace and try and get a down on a different survivor.
Looks to be the case,
that is the Cohosted, but there's the down.
Yeah, they get the down. We see survivors at the exit gate here. Are they gonna get forced out? No, survivor came back in. Oh, but ace is gonna be able to get out.
Past the Oni.
Oh no. The survivors executed that so well. That was incredible. That might be some of the best anti-Oni play I've seen. Like, to be fair, the previous team also did really well against Oni, but these survivors did a really good job. Is this okay? Does this mean that Gas 7 is the new Fracture Couch?
I mean, it's pretty good for survivors, honestly. They made it to where the killer wasn't having to go around these car piles anymore. But the fact of the matter is, it feels almost stronger for survivors, in my opinion.
It feels like the pallet density between loops is really similar to Fracture Couch, in my opinion. Except there's no open area. It's just a main building that's really strong. So I don't know. To be fair, it's really early to tell. They just came out with that change a couple weeks ago. So I guess we'll have to keep our eye on it. But yeah, that was against Onis. I was not expecting this kind of result. I was expecting something. I was expecting 2Ks kind of, because Oni does really well generally. So
yeah, and in fact, we actually did some bouncing with Oni to try and make them a little bit stronger in some ways for the season. So yeah, Oni just not presenting well here for those matches, but in the end, that does appear to be a set 3 win in favor of Elysium. We're getting
It's
the
a
final
really
scores
close
in
game.
as we speak. But either way, GG, well played to both teams. And
Absolutely.
yeah, in fact, that is going to be in favor of Elysium. Congratulations to Elysium. Walking away victorious here in round number 1.